It hurt a bit when she began to staple my jaw closed. I couldn't seem to rationalize what was happening to me. An older man, older than the man from before, came into the cold room and began to put makeup on my face. He seemed calmer than kind. However, I could tell he was a good man, some sort of sixth sense, I suppose. My assumptions about him were proven quickly when the kind young man came into the room to see if there was anything he needed help with. He had a look of respect towards the old man, who it seemed was a sort of mentor to him. The two of them talked for a moment and clearly got along well. They also very clearly cared about me and my family. The day finally came, and it was not a good one. The two men from the cold room called it my viewing, but to me it was more of a waking nightmare. I was rolled on this small folding table into a small room next to an office. The room itself was nice but dark and somber. They had put a blanket over my body and under my head. I laid in this room by myself for a while longer, not as long as I sat in that cooler, and that's when they came. My family was there, and that was the first time I began to realize how long it had been since I last saw them. My wife looked like she had aged 10 years. My daughter had sunken eyes and looked underfed. My son seemed as though he was more of a man than I had seen before, clearly leading the family through some sort of crisis, though I did not know what. I was proud of him. After some time had passed, my family had left, all but my son, who stayed to say goodbye one more time. This confused me. I didn't understand where they were all going, or perhaps I was leaving. I couldn't imagine a circumstance that would have pulled me apart from my family like this, but clearly it had happened. When my son had left, I was alone again, more confused than ever, yet comforted, knowing that my family was going to be fine as they had continually reassured me. Eventually, the older man from the cold room came back in with the same young man as before. They rolled me down a ramp and put me back into that damned cooler. Not for long this time, but still, going into that cooler a second time was not something I thought I would have to deal with. Still, through all of this, a strange, almost foreboding sense of calm. When I was finally pulled from the cooler for the last time, I was greeted by the young woman who was kind and in love with the young man. She seemed stressed, as if she had been working too hard and had just this one more thing. She put me into a cardboard box and back onto the large rolling table. Then she opened a large, automated door, inside of which was fire, hot and plentiful. I didn't understand. How could I? I was feeling an emotion again. Not unlike the last time, however, instead of shame, it was a deep and petrifying fear. When she began to push the table towards the now open door, in front of the flames, I knew what was going to happen to me. I just couldn't believe it.